What's up, y'all? It's Kenny Commons here. You are chilling with Kenny C right here on TLVcafe.com. Keeping the good times going on this Jordan year, 2023. Next up on the show, hip hop artist from the Lone Star State of Texas. He goes by the name of ATX Cypher. He's with
What
me
up?
right now. What's good, man?
What up, man? What up? How you
Good to have
been?
Good, man. So far, the new year is good. Can't complain.
Hell
I,
yeah.
so, good to have you on the show, man. And let's talk about your journey. Let's talk about you getting into music. How did it start off for you?
Yeah, man, I've been rapping my whole life. But I came down to Austin in 2010. I was working at a sub sandwich shop. I met this dude. He goes by King Kenobi now. Back then, it was just Kenobi. But yeah, it's King Kenobi. So I started doing music with him, and I just been rapping my whole life. And he was kind of like, I guess he heard me rap. And he thought I was dope. He kept kind of like getting on me to get into it seriously. But I was having a kid right around the same time, so once I kind of got my funds together, my kid and everything settled down, that's when I really hopped into it. So that was probably about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years ago now.
Okay, that's what's up. Obviously, kids, children.
Yeah.
You got something to work for the child, so shout out to the parents, man. Shout out to
Yep.
those that's being there for their kids, no matter what their occupation is. It's a tough responsibility. But
Yeah, I had to make sure my family was right before, I'm blowing money on production and music videos,
yeah,
shit like that.
yeah, true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
So who's some artists that have inspired you, that you look up to that kind of also help got you into music, whether it's mainstream artists or whether it's fellow local artists? Who's some of your influences or inspirations per se?
Yeah, I got both. As far as like mainstream, well-known rappers, growing up, I was a huge Tupac fan. I was telling people back then I was his number one fan. I probably wasn't, but I was up there, man. Maybe the top 100. I had all his books, DVD, like I had his music videos on DVDs. I even had his play he wrote in jail. I had it in it was in one of his books. So I read that shit. I was just a huge Tupac fan. I mean, he was lyrical. He had some bars here and there, but it was more just like kind of how he made you feel, man. And the message, the music was just dope. It just I think it was what made me really like hip hop. My stepdad he used to always bump Tupac, and as far back I can't remember all the way back then quite clear, but as far back as I can remember, I think it was probably Tupac that got me initially into hip hop. So yeah, as far as mainstream, kind of currently, man, I like all the lyrical cats. J. Cole, Kendrick, Ransom's a dope one. He's with TDC. Any of those TDC or TDE. TDC is a jail here in Texas. TDE. Any of those cats are dope. Yeah. Then some of the local cats here, man. King Kenobi, he's one of them. I've been working with him. He kind of does like some singing R&B stuff, and he also raps. He's dope. Nez the Villain. He's kind of a more rough, kind of gangster type rapper. I collab with him on a few. He's really dope. He's really lyrical though, so that's why he's dope. He's bringing you all the gangster bars, guns, and this and that, but he's also bringing you some dope bars that make you think. So yeah, man, those are a few of the cats I fuck with.
Yeah, shout out to Nez. I interviewed him last year. I think I interviewed him on my 15-year anniversary show last year. So um, I'm really getting familiar with some of the Texas hip hop scene, the indie side, and it's well rounded, well versatile. Everybody's bringing something different,
Yeah.
and it shows. So I got to hear some of your music, and I will say before I go there, you are ranked very high as far as a Tupac fan, especially when
Yeah.
you say you got the CDs, the DVDs, and you even yeah, you're true. I ain't gonna question your fandom as a Tupac. I mean, I'm a Tupac fan. I may have got a couple of CDs, but
Yeah.
I I was young. I could afford some things back then compared to now. So
Yeah.
You are a top tier Tupac fan. I'll definitely put
Hell
you.
yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
man, 'cause I mean, I can get down to the kind of the current trend in hip hop, kind of the drill and trap shit. But
yeah,
I mean, my type of shit is more lyrical, some kind of melodies and shit like that.
yeah. So I see you. You mentioned you're from Austin, Texas. You are also the CEO of Bars, Jars, and Cigars Fest. Uh,
Yeah.
so talk about Bars, Jars, and Cigars Fest. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in Minneapolis, so I don't want anybody to be like, "Man, he's lying. He said he's from Austin." No. But yeah, I came to Austin in 2010, so I've been here for a minute. But yeah, the bars, jars, and cigars, man. I always went to these like music festivals growing up, like Bonnaroo, Coachella, all these big. Now they're real commercial, but back then they were actually pretty cool. You kind of mingle with some of the dope, some of your like idols and dope artists and whatnot. But yeah, I came here, and when I moved down here, the only thing they had here was South by Southwest, and I used to always talk to people like, "Man, y'all have any like festivals?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, we got South by Southwest. It's like the biggest festival ever. What are you talking about?" And I'm like, man, that's not the same type of festival I'm talking about. I'm talking about like where you like camp out, just kick it with your homies around a campfire, maybe do some drugs, smoke some weed, just kick it all night. And yeah, that type of festival. And there wasn't really one around. So me being hip hop and all the by this time I had already like kind of rubbed shoulders with, I don't know, maybe like 100 ATX hip hop artists just by doing music here. So yeah, I mean, I just started. I put a post out, and like over 200 of them hit me up on a post, said they want to be a part of it. I had a little bit of extra bread, so I was like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna do a festival. So yeah, I put it together. It's called Bars, Jars, and Cigars. It was in Weberville. It's at Texas Music Ranch. There's only like 10, 15 minutes outside of Austin, so I still call it an Austin Festival. Yeah, man, in my opinion, we had all the dopest ATX independent artists out there. And yeah, it was dope, man. I had a bunch of food trucks, vendors. You could float the river. And yeah, man, it was out on a private ranch. It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna do it again this year just because I got a lot of shit going on, but I'm gonna definitely keep it going. Try to find like maybe a sponsor or some shit and bring it back for early 2024.
Gotcha. Hey, that was some manifestation right there. Like that's just like taking matters into your own hands. Now,
Hell yeah.
I've heard, Southwest, that is a big concert, but everybody has their preference as far as festival. Because
Yeah.
when you go to these big festivals, they ain't gonna let you do all the things that you know you,
Yeah.
you do on the regular. So you have to
Yeah,
adapt to
exactly.
it.
And not
So
only that, but it's hard to get on. Now they're so commercial. It's hard to get as an independent artist to get on them sometimes. So yeah, I threw it. My festival was all independent artists. I had a couple like major ones that I probably could have got on there, but I just kept it 100% independent. A lot of people were like, "Man, you don't got like a headliner." I was like, "We all the headliners." It's an independent festival. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you got response from it from fellow artists in the city and surrounding areas, that's saying something. People want to get in touch with. They want to contribute. And
Yeah.
you being an independent artist and you being around independent artists, you want to see that city flourish. You want to
Yep.
see our artists, get that platform per se that they probably would not get in their own. So it's teamwork makes the dream work. So
Yeah.
ATX
It
something.
also it helped me out because it kind of like showed to a lot of artists, that like I'm a legit dude. I'm not out here on bullshit. I was trying to help out the cause. So it worked in my favor. I didn't win financially from it because it was a free festival. But I won in other ways. I got my name out there and whatnot.
And at the end of the day, man, you doing something to
Yeah,
help because there's people want to complain and feel like, oh, there's nothing out there, there's nobody's doing this and that, and yet when somebody else is doing something, like you want to be a part of that, you want to contribute in some way, shape, or form. So, uh, props to you, man, for doing that. That's awesome.
yeah.
So,
This hat is from the festival. Bars, jars, cigars.
oh, okay. I see the purple. and the cup.
Yeah.
That is so Texas right there. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's a Texas thing,
Hell yeah,
especially
yeah,
if you listen
definitely.
to Texas hip hop music, way back in the day. Obviously, Scarface was the
Yep.
first that got my attention.
Scarface, yeah.
So and then of course the 2000s came along, and you got Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Slim Thug, and
The Zero, Trey, all them.
Zero. I like Trey the Truth,
Yep.
Kiki. Of course UGK. I can't forget about them.
Oh, yeah.
And what I like about UGK is that they always remind people like they're not from Houston, they from Port Arthur, Texas. So you always hear them spit PAT. It stands for Port Arthur, Texas.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
so that's that.
Yep.
I got to meet Mike Jones. He came to my city in
Oh, shit.
Lexington. Yeah, he came to Lexington, Kentucky years ago. And I met the dude. He's a genuine good dude.
Yeah, yeah.
So Mike,
Mike Jones.
yeah,
He
he and
he only had that one hit, right? I think he only had that
he
one.
he had Still Tipping,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he had Back Then. So he had a couple.
He had a couple. Hey,
And
man, some people don't wanna do it their whole life, you know? Sometimes they
yeah,
get the money and then
I
they just
mean,
gonna
yeah.
kick it.
Well, he's still doing music. It's more indie now. He
Uh,
ain't so he's still doing music. Just
Imma have to look him
he-
up then. I ain't heard no Mike Jones in a
yeah.
while.
And I also want to point out it was reported um maybe a few weeks ago he got his number back. So you
That old
can
number?
yes. 281-330-8004. He got his number back after all these years. So
Yeah. I
shoot your
wonder how much he
shot.
had to pay for that. You know he had to pay for it. Somebody had it.
Yeah, and not only that, the phone bill gonna go up now that he got his
Oh,
number
yeah.
back.
Especially if he's still dropping music. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so what you got in store for this year? You mentioned you're not doing the festival, but you're obviously gonna be doing some putting out some music. So what you got going on this year?
Yeah, man, I just had put out my EP. Is kind of usually I'm on some more lyrical type of shit, but this was more kind of like vibe heavy, like melodies. It's called Shit to Vibe to. It was an EP, 4 tracks. I dropped a couple of videos for that. That's out right now. And then I signed with a local label here, College of Hip Hop Knowledge, to do a 1 record deal. So I'm working on that. I already wrote it, and recorded it. We're just mixing it. It's called Late Tuition, kind of a play on the name of the label, College of Hip Hop Knowledge. But yeah, man, that's like 7 tracks. It's not 9. It was 9. I cut 2 out. Uh, but yeah, 7 tracks. They're all dope, lyrical, my normal type of shit. So yeah, man, we're gonna drop that summer, and yeah, I'm shooting a video for it for one of the tracks called Iconic this weekend on Sunday. So we're gonna be at Raw with the Doll Studios. They're who produced it. Jazz out of Fetty Knox is his producer name. He produced it, so we're gonna get him in the videos. Them at the studio, me at the studio, and then it's got a lot of my favorite movie character references. So we're gonna do it in an empty movie theater somehow. We're gonna get inside of there and try to film in an empty movie theater before they kick us out. See what happens.
You said before they get the acting chops in there. Okay, get the acting chops, costumes and whatnot. So
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
very
see what happens.
yeah. I gotta watch this video once it's out.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I'll
Where
drop the video probably in a month or so, and then, yeah, the whole tape will drop this summer.
all right, cool. So I'll definitely keep an eye on that.
Yeah,
Where can
Late
be
Tuition, man. Keep an eye out for it. That's what it's called.
late intuition? Got it. Where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, man, I'm ATX_Cypher with a Y on everything. Or you could just go to my website, www.atxcypher with a Y.com, and it'll have all my merch, and there's also a link right on the front page to all my music. I got a ton of music videos. I probably got like 7 or 8 music videos out right now.
You keep it busy, man. Keep it busy.
Yeah, and I've only been doing it for a couple years now. So yeah, man, I've been busy.
Yeah, he ain't letting up one bit at all. So go check out ATX Cypher. Check out all the links, the social media sites. Check out the music. He's got new music on the way. In the summer, when the weather gets a lot more nice and warmer by then, I know Texas is gonna be
Yeah, it's like
very
70 here, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, man. I don't care for that weather. I
Yeah,
mean,
except for when it's summer and it's like 130, it's too much. I'll be melting.
oh, 100. Ooh, what are y'all? Are y'all Texas? Or y'all Arizona? Yeah, Arizona usually get that warm weather. I mean, I know
Yeah, I mean,
Texas.
it doesn't really get 130 here. It's more like 110, probably.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
But yeah, I've
that's
been to like Vegas and Arizona, man. Yeah, and them desert cities, man, it gets hot.
man. I'm a warm weather person. Always felt that way, maybe because I'm born in the summer. So I'm a summer baby per se. Uh, Cold weather, nah. As far as winter, let me paraphrase that. By when I say cold, I mean winter cold. I'm talking because it was
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago. It was like 0 6 degrees in my area. That's
Yeah.
I've never in my life been in an area when it's negative some degrees. Never.
Man,
And
that's how
most of
I grew up from Minnesota. So yeah, I remember walking. Right now, I couldn't handle it. I'm acclimated now, but
yeah,
yeah, I remember walking to school. It was negative-degree weather. It's crazy.
yeah, like I it was probably a good thing I was off from work that weekend. It was Christmas weekend when it happened. So what a coincidence that it would
Oh
happen.
yeah, that Arctic blast.
That all the blasts is yeah. I I see people try to get out the house and then they just be shaking, like no, I'm good. Let me just stay home.
I
And
feel
of
that.
course it was icy roads and snow and yeah, that's I
Yeah,
can't
it's not fun to drive in that shit neither.
no, no, absolutely not. No. Check out ATX Cypher. New music is coming in the summer. New music
Yeah, I'm on
video.
all platforms. I'm on
Yeah,
all the wherever you listen to music. So check me out.
checking him out, man. Great having you on the show.
Yeah, I
Um,
appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
and continued success, brother. Keep doing your thing. I like some of the music that I've heard on Spotify, so I'm definitely gonna keep tapping in. And I got the Music Monday show going on starting in February, and obviously since your music is not coming out till later, but I will be adding you to the Music Monday playlist once your music is released. So,
Hell yeah.
so
I appreciate that, man.
yeah.
That's dope.
You take care, man. You enjoy your week. Thanks again for being on.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Have a good
All
one.
right. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.